Good day, rookies and hotshots. I'm Pedro Dalmares, a student pilot. I always wanted to fly. As a toddler, one of my earliest memories is of my mother spooning food into my mouth on the balcony as I was watching planes land at a nearby airport. So feeding me was a slow process. Later, I remember using my toy binoculars to observe planes as they flew overhead and keeping notes about the plane's airline and model. I was obsessed with planes and wanted to be an airline pilot and a fighter pilot. My obsession with technology and engineering was the only thing that compared. So as I grew older, I became more engaged with computers and electronics, and my obsession with planes took second place but never disappeared. I became an engineer, but my fascination with planes remained. Many years later, my children joined the Scouts. My wife rejoined the Scouts as a leader, and they slowly and skillfully convinced me to become a Scout Fellow. I wasn't too interested because I was too busy with work, but she pointed out that Scouts Australia have an air activity centre in Camden. This airport is within driving distance from home. At this centre, members of the Scout Association can experience the joy and thrill of flying and even get training. And the idea of doing flight training simmered in my head for about a year until I decided I couldn't resist the calling anymore. So I joined the next available flight training camp in January 2023 and completed my first 5 hours of training. And as I expected, I was hooked. Training to become a pilot is a serious undertaking. It requires a significant amount of study and hands-on training. The aviation industry is very regulated, and the same rules apply regardless of whether you want to fly for fun or for work. Safety is a massive factor in aviation. Almost everything that a pilot learns and practices has an element of safety in it. And with safety, we can't cut any corners. To become a pilot, I must allocate enough time for all aspects of training. I'm working now towards the first license, RPL, or Recreational Pilot License, which allows me to fly a plane near the originating airport. The minimum requirements to achieve my first goal are to pass the RPL exam, which I have done, and you can learn about it later in this log, to complete at least 25 hours of flying time, to pass an RPL flight test, and to pass the various medical examinations. But getting my RPL license means that I still need to finish various tests. To keep the license active, I must also do regular flight reviews, and if I want to carry passengers, and I need to do 3 takeoffs and landings in the previous 90 days, and of course to maintain my medical certificate. Learning never ends in aviation. As I work full-time at Tech Explorations, I had to find a way to make all this work. So I came up with a solution. First, I plan to complete the training required to get the RPO license as quickly as possible. I'm not going to let it stretch over time because fatigue will set in and life will likely find the opportunity to throw a wrench in and wreck the plan. Next, I treat flight training as part of my work. I dedicate 1 full day every week on Wednesdays, right in the middle of the week, to do flight theory and lessons. I've booked 2 flights each Wednesday and use the time before and in between to study theory. Next, I document my experiences in a blog and on YouTube and share my log entries with everyone interested in aviation. I plan to explore as many related topics as possible during my training, including the theory of flight, practical tips, training, flight videos, aviation gadgets like radios, handsets, etc., and engineering like aviation piston engines, and there's so much there to explore. 4. I have added Saturday to my regular work week so I can continue to produce content for Tech Explorations and look after my students. And of course, I will need some extra time to write my flight logs. And that's my plan. Take flight training seriously, streamroll through it, document my experiences and share them with you. I've started this channel on YouTube to share my flight training videos with you. For every hour of flight, I publish a full-length recording of everything that happens inside the cockpit, even the most embarrassing moments, and there are many of those. For example, when I experience a brain freeze while talking to the air traffic controller, or when my instructor tells me to do something and then I do the exact opposite. If you don't have enough time to watch the entire hour of my full-length videos, you can opt for the shorter narrated version, where I take the most educational and interesting parts of the full-length video and compile it down to about 15 to 20 minutes. So I invite you to join me in my flying adventures and learn about general aviation through my training ups and downs. Click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to ensure you never miss a new log video. Of course, if you liked this introductory video, please click the like button to prompt the YouTube algorithm to show it to other aviation enthusiasts. And don't forget, you can also head over to my detailed flight training log pages on the Tech Explorations website. In these pages, I document in detail all of my experiences and learnings from each one of my training flights. These logs contain a gold mine of information for any aviation student or anyone interested in aviation. Okay, until next time, I wish you clear skies and safe landings.